Hi traders, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are printing money as usual. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about my first payout with FundingPips. Okay, so I had my funded account with them a month ago and I was able to trade. I made profit. I waited for the payout and I finally got it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to break down how did the payout go with FundingPips, and I'm going to tell you guys how did my experience also went, so if you guys want to get funded with them or not. And one more thing is, after they gave me the account after payout, which is the 50k account, I traded, and trust me, that trade went wild. I traded, was yesterday, and I took a couple of setup. I sold gold and that thing been playing with me, but eventually I made about 13% on one single trade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down that particular trade I took, which made me 13% on the 50k. 13%, I think that's around $6,500 plus, which is actually the amount of money I made on the live account. And if you guys don't know, I'm now on the FundingPips leaderboard. So if you go to the leaderboard and you go to 50k account, best account in profit, you'll see that I'm currently 7th on the leaderboard. Like, we have 25 people from the first, like the person who made the highest profit to the lowest profit. Not like the lowest, but like the 25 people or the 25 account that made the most amount of profit are actually on the leaderboard, and I'm currently 7th by making 13%. So I'm going to show you guys everything how I did that. But currently, as I'm making this video, is Halloween, so happy Halloween everyone if you actually partying Halloween. And then as it's 31st October, November, December, that's like 2 months before the end of 2024. So if you haven't made money from Forex, I think it's the right moment for you to be like locking in, log in and try to do your best so you can learn this skill and start making money. And by 2025, set yourself some goals so you can make a lot of money as I do. And this month alone, October, I made over $11,000 in payout. Okay, which I'm definitely gonna make another video about it, how I managed to achieve that, because you guys are asking me how do I trade all of my account, how do I do all of the things, how do I make that much profit, how do I do this, how do I do that. I'm gonna make another video clearly for how I managed to trade all of this account and how I managed to make that amount of money. But in today's video is clearly about the payout with FundingPips and how I made that 14% or 13% on my 50k after payout. So this is the payout I had with FundingPips. As you can see, is a $2,659, and which got processed in 7 days. Normally when you get funded with FundingPips, the payout processing time is within 3 days, so you have to get paid within 3 days, but mine, it took longer than expected because I went through some couple of issues. So the first issue, which is something that I don't actually really like about FundingPips, is about the IP address. So that means that when you IP address, if I should make it simple, when you try to use the internet, you are assigned an IP address which shows is like your footprint on the internet. So if you go to a website, for the website to know that you are the one who came is through your IP address. Okay, and the IP address can be assigned, reassigned, it can actually change really easily. And the way that your IP address can change, if you use a different Wi-Fi, or if you travel to another country, or if you change your SIM card, if you just change your mobile data or your Wi-Fi, eventually the IP address will be different. And the rule that FundingPips has is, if let's say I'm currently in Ghana, right? Let's say I'm in Ghana, right? And then if I'm trading with them and I created the account, the dashboard, that I'm in Ghana, and eventually when I trade and someday they see that my IP changed from Ghana to another country, then I will have to explain to them the reason why my IP address has changed. And if you are not able to explain with proof, then eventually they will just terminate your account. I don't really know about the payout though, if they got terminate your account, but that's what actually happened. And with me, I had the same issue. You guys know that I like traveling a lot. Probably most of the time I just go to Accra for some vacation, 2 weeks. I just take some time off just to go and enjoy myself, and that's what I did. And eventually when I requested a payout, I got an email from them saying that I got login with different IP address from different region. So I have to explain the reason why I got different IP address. And my case is a bit I don't know if it's easy to explain, but I use a Starlink internet connection, which is SpaceX's internet provider stuff, and then I have also my mobile data. So when I have light off, like when I don't have any electricity, I use my mobile data, which give me one IP address, and when I connect back to my Starlink Wi-Fi, I get another IP address, which already that created a problem with me with FundingPips when I requested a payout. And the second one is I traveled to Accra. I went in the Airbnb. I had like a 2 weeks vacation. It was really nice, really awesome. And then I got connected to the Wi-Fi of that Airbnb because it's a property, so they have a Wi-Fi. I got connected to it. So because of all of that, I have different IP address. I got connected uh, to the trading platform, and they said I have to explain. It took me some couple of time and or some couple of time, yes, and I did explain to them, and eventually they understood. But to be honest, if I had a choice, if that rule should be there or not, probably I do not want that rule, because as a trader you are meant to travel a lot, you are meant to go to places, and every time you travel you have to explain to a particular prop firm that why your IP is different. Is really not ideal, okay, which is even a downside. I don't really like, something I don't really like about FundingPips is that one thing. If that rule wasn't there, I think they could actually be the best out there. And then the second one was the rise, okay, like when you get paid, if your payout amount is more than $500, you have to get paid through rise, and if it's less than 500, you can get paid directly to your crypto address. And mine is obviously 2,600, which is more than the 500 for crypto address. So I had to create a rise account. Eventually I already have a rise account which is linked to my email, my business email, info at astusfx.com, right? That was the one that I'm using. But then my, like, the thing with FundingPips is if you created your account with one email, the same email should be linked to your Rise account. So if you have your Rise account in another email, you cannot use it. It has to be the same email. And because of that, I already had an issue because the email I used with FundingPips was different from the Rise I've been using. So I had to take some time to create another Rise account with another email, or at least the same email I use on FundingPips, which allowed me to receive the money. And because of all of this issue with IP address, with the Rise and this and that, that's how that payout got up to 7 days. Okay, and now let's get into how I'm making that much profit. So basically I trade gold. Okay, I've been trading EU for way long, but the reason I'm trading gold is very volatile, very easy to make a lot of money, and I don't like opening really big lot sizes. You know, on gold I can open 2 lot, 5 lot, and I make way good money. But if I trade EU, I have to open like 20 lot, 10 lot, 15 lot, I don't know, even 40 lot if I'm trading big account. So you see what I'm saying? So when you open big lot, you are dealing with more, yeah, so you are dealing with things such as commission and spread and whatever. So that's the reason why I like trading gold. And my strategy actually works well with gold as well. So I tried and it works, and it helped me to make a lot of money. So that's how I only trade gold, and I trade 2 sessions, London session and New York session. If I do get a setup at London, I trade it. If I don't get a setup, I wait for New York session. So that's how it is, and I always like getting my bias before trading. If I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be trading today, and if I see that you see gold being really bullish. So for me this week, basically I just wanted to sell gold. I had a sell yesterday which I made up 13%. I had another sell today which actually I would have made even 10% on my FundingX account, which I got paid with them as well. But gold took me out at break even and eventually went to TP, which till now I'm still really pissed, but what can we do? So let's get into my chart and I'll show you guys exactly how I managed to take that setup, and I'm going to show you guys how I climb on that leaderboard and I'm now the 7th. And I think I can't say I'm the only African country on that leaderboard, but at least if you're talking about Ghana, I'm the only Ghanaian on the leaderboard, FundingPips leaderboard. So I'm not Ghanaian though, I just live in Ghana, but you get what I'm saying. So let's get into the whole thing. Alright, so this was the setup I've taken on my FundingPips account, which helped me to make that 13% I'm talking about. And before I even break it down, I'm gonna come, this is FundingPips website. Let me reload before you think that I'm editing something. And if you have a FundingPips account, of course you can also go and check it yourself, because yes, just come here, you scroll, you go to 50k account. You can see best account in profit, and this is my name here. Okay, this is my name here. Okay, so and this is the profit I made, 13%. I'm up 13% on this account here. And let me break down the reason why I had this setup here. So before I come, this was today's setup, which actually hit my break even. You see this pullback here that came here. You see this thing hit my break even, and when I went massively for 25 hours. The way I'm so pleased. Imagine, even I don't even know what to say. Anyway, so let me come back to the whole thing. So this was price gold. The main reason I was looking for sell is this thing being bullish for like 1,000 years now. This thing being what? Bullish for the whole 2024. I think this thing been just buying, bro. Like there is nothing. I don't really know if there was like a real sell. This thing been bullish, like too much bullish. So the reason this thing was bullish was also the main reason why I was looking for sales. So as I was looking for sales, I just had to wait for my trading session. I think I had this sell here already, price went in profit, and eventually came and took me out. But I'll just break down the last setup I had, which helped me to make the 13 or 12. I think I made 12% on that setup, and I was already up about 1%, which make it up to 13%. So when I have this, how do I analyze my thing? For me, basically, I always tell you guys, whenever you have a POI, you want to make sure there's liquidity below, so price can come take the liquidity, mitigate your POI. Okay, let me explain what I'm saying again. So let's say you have something like this, right? You have a high, and then you have something like this, right? And then if you want to have this high here as a valid POI, you want to make sure that anything below is liquidity. So if anything below is liquidity, price can come, take that liquidity, and eventually give you a sell setup to the downside. Does that make sense? So this is what I have. I have this high as liquidity, because if I want to have a high above here as a POI here, I want to make sure that this guy here is liquidity. So all I waited for is I wanted my trading session to start, which is in this case New York session. I wanted New York session to come manipulate something and eventually give me a sell setup to the downside. So this was the setup I had. And again, you want to have a TP. And for me, the TP, I had a couple of TP. I have this guy as a TP, and then I have this guy as a TP here. The reason I have the guy below here as a TP is because you can get this sort of trend line. Okay, it's not like 3 touches. I don't think that, yeah, I can even have 3 touches, I think. But these 2 things were actually what I was looking at. But then this guy, price take it, or price took it before even give that pullback, I think so. Yeah, price took before giving that pullback, and eventually he came, he hit my zone, and he went down. So when this happened, I didn't just have entry like this and then a stop loss here. I waited for some lower time frame confirmation. In this case here, I don't know how I can explain it to you guys, but so basically, if you're looking for confirmation entry, you would have waited for price to break this guy here and then give you a pullback. But for me, as I trade gold, I know exactly what gold used to do. Especially at New York session, price is really volatile, and sometimes it doesn't give you the opportunity to have like re-entry or anything like that. You can see this sell was massively until you went to TP. So what I did is I looked at this guy here. I waited for price to break it. Okay, you can see that price broke it and eventually gave this pullback as a doji. And from that doji pullback here, that was exactly where I had my entry, and I had the stop loss somewhere around this high. I think I increased the stop loss slightly a bit just to make sure that price doesn't come and take me out because of spread or anything like that. And then my TP was basically that low there, which I think was somewhere around, you see, somewhere around 6.5 hour or 6 hour. I think it was pretty much around 6 hour. I didn't close exactly at the low, I closed somewhere here, so that was around 6 hour. And on this setup I made $6,000. And if you guys know, if you are trading a 50k account, on the 50k account, 6,000, that's 12%, and I was already up 1% on the account, which helped me to make the percentage gain I'm talking about. And as I'm back to my dashboard, you can see this is the account I'm trading, 13.34% up, and is obviously my account after payout. This was before, like, that payout I showed you guys about, which is this one here. And then this was the trade I've traded yesterday, 30 October, and this is 31st October. That was yesterday. I made 13.6. What am I saying? I made Yeah, 13% plus, yeah, 13.34%. So that's how I did all of this. And you guys want to learn same, nothing much to do, just DM me on Instagram, link below this video. DM me and join the mentorship, which is again really easy to join. The fee is 149. Okay, 149, you have access to my trading strategy. Or if you want me to teach you everything on live Zoom call, is 399. You have access to my premium course and everything you need to actually make money. So if you have any more question, feel free to ask. And if you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hope you do the best.